Okay, that's the introduction to an argument I want to make here today. And the argument invokes an idea that my friend and colleague Jamie Boyle has been speaking of for more than a decade. So this idea is that we recognize first that creativity happens within an ecology, an environment that sets the conditions of exchange. And number two, these ecologies are importantly different. There are different ecologies of creativity. Some of these ecologies have money at the core. Others don't have money at the core. And some have money and practices that don't depend upon money right at the core. They are different ecologies of creativity. So think about the professional ecologies of creativity, the ecologies that the Beatles or Dylan or John Philip Sousa created for. For these ecologies, the control of the creativity is important to assure the necessary compensation that the artist needs to create the incentives for that artist to create. In these professional ecologies, these ecologies depend upon an effective and efficient system of copyright. But in what we could call an amateur ecology of creativity, by which I don't mean amateurish, instead I mean an ecology where the creator creates for the love of the creativity and not for the money. In that kind of ecology, an ecology that lives within what we could call, following Yochai Benchteler, the sharing economy. That's the economy that children live within, or friends live within, or lovers live within. In those kinds of economies, for these, people don't use money to express value and to set the terms of their exchange. Indeed, if you introduced money into those sharing economies, you would radically change the character of those economies. So imagine friends inviting the other for lunch the following week, and the answer is, sure, how about for $50? Or imagining dropping money right into the middle of this kind of relationship, we radically transform it into something very different. The point is to recognize how creativity in many contexts, and the context Sousa was romanticizing, is a creativity that exists outside of an economy of cash. In this sense, this amateur ecology depends not upon control and copyright, but it instead depends upon this opportunity for free use and sharing. And then finally, think about the scientific ecology of creativity, of the scientist or the educator or the scholar. This very interesting picture here of this 16th century scholar. Notice the kind of guilty look on his face, and look down and see exactly what he's doing. He's copying from that book. He's just a pirate from long ago, this scholar here, right? Because, of course, scholarship is and has always been this activity of creating within a mixed economy of free and paid. The creator here has a love for his or her creativity, a love that exceeds how much he or she is paid. But it's that economy that defines the mixed ecology of scientific knowledge. This ecology depends not upon exclusive control, but both on free and fair use of creative work that is built upon and then spread. Now, the key here is to recognize that these ecologies coexist. They complement each other. And here's the critical point. A copyright system must support each of these separate ecologies. It's not enough for it to support one and destroy the others. It must support each of them. It must support the professional ecology of creativity through adequate and efficient incentives. But it must also support the amateur and scientific ecologies of creativity through essential freedoms that they depend upon. Or again, more graphically, copyright needs to do two things, not just one. It needs to provide the incentives that the professionals need while protecting the freedoms that the amateur and scientific creations need.